Good morning. The Cigar Lab is here from Indiana, PA, and today we'd like to talk to you a little bit about house blend cigars. You see right now a example of a house blend. It's a box press. This actually came from the Ash House outside of St. Petersburg, Pennsylvania. I already cut it with a V-cut. We'll light it up, and we'll have a little talk about house blend cigars. You can see when I light it up, you never want the flame to actually touch the foot of the cigar. You're going to toast it, seal that wrapper to the binder and filler. And once you see that it's starting to ignite, you can do the same thing. Do a turn. Trying to create an even light. See, there's just a little bit of touch up there. What you don't want to do is char the outside wrapper of the cigar. And like I said, this is a house blend cigar from the Ash House Cigar Lounge in St. Petersburg, Pennsylvania. Box press Nicaraguan Puro, which means all the tobacco and from filler, binder, and wrapper are leaves harvested from Nicaragua. So it's going to be a full-bodied cigar. That means Nicaraguan tobacco is usually a little bit more full-bodied than some other tobaccos. So it's going to have a lot of kick to it, not overpowering. If you're a newbie, maybe you want to stay away from a Nicaraguan Puro when you first start smoking. But the house cigar that we talked about, typically a lounge that's in business for a while will develop some type of relationship with either a distributor, an actual manufacturer from a certain country, and in that relationship, eventually you'll get a house cigar developed, where instead of getting buying something that's already a boutique blend or a popular blend of cigar, then reselling it, it sort of cuts out the middleman and gives the lounge a chance to have their own cigar. Typically, these aren't high-end cigars. You can buy this one for just over $5, but they're typically similar in quality to a cigar that's in the $8, $9 range. My experience is the only differences possibly would be in the complexity of the cigar. You're not going to get a lot of different type of flavors in a cigar. It's going to be just some tobacco. You might get a couple of other nuances like the cocoa or the coffee and some strong mineral and some spice, but it's not going to be as complex as some of the other cigars. This one is a very good cigar, though. Morgan from the Ash House does a great job with his house blend. He also has, besides the Nicaraguan, he has about 5 different Nicaraguan type of cigars, but he also has some Dominican Puros as for house blends. But he also sells a variety of manufactured cigars from the big names. But these are outstanding sticks. I want to give Morgan a shout out there as one of the best cigar lounges I've ever been to. Very welcoming, good products, great place to sit and smoke, and the price points are just outstanding, especially when you go for his house cigars. I mentioned I'm from Indiana, Pennsylvania, so when I spend some time down there in the winter, I make sure I stock up. But Morgan will also send cigars out for a pretty reasonable shipping cost. So if you're not in that area, you want to try some of these cigars, contact Morgan at the Ash House. You see, it's a great burn, razor sharp burn, lots of smoke. There's nothing inferior about this house blend cigar compared to any other type of cigar. So a little bit of a tutorial on a house blend. Anytime you go to a cigar lounge, if you're looking for an economical smoke that's going to be pretty solid, because the owner of the brick and mortar store won't put anything out there that's going to represent them in a negative way. So ask for their house blend and see what they say. You might be surprised. You might find yourself a good everyday stick, an economical stick. And not only did I do that with this cigar, but that's also one of my go-to cigars. It's a pretty good cigar. I like to enjoy it with a coffee. That's pretty much my favorite thing to pair a cigar with anytime is a coffee. If I'm actually smoking this in the morning, some people might shy away from a cigar of this strength in the morning, but you definitely want to have something in your stomach. Actually still inside the man cave. I'm going to turn you the other direction. You can see mid-February, the sun is coming out. But it's not quite 40 degrees, so you only need to be inside. I'm not going to brave those type of elements to enjoy a cigar. But again, look at that burn. All right, we're going to talk to you again soon. My next video will be coming out shortly, reviewing another one of my favorite cigars. This is the Cigar Lab. Check out my blog at thecigarlab.net. There's also a Facebook page, The Cigar Lab. We'll talk to you soon.